welcome in everybody. We've got the last non-fighting game stream of our entire semester outside of MHSAA. So we're in for an interesting one. But it's going to be the NACE playoffs. This is the final round of online play. The winner of this match will go on to play at Full Sail at the Fortress. I believe they change up how the bracket works too for LAN. I think they just do this online part to figure out who is going to be there, and then they either reseed or do something. They do something different. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty confident that that's how it functions when you go to LAN. So we'll have to find out who in this matchup decides to get themselves into LAN. Now, that LAN is also, I think, 2 or 3 weeks out, so it's not like it's right away. You've got a little bit of time before you end up going there. But for the moment, it is going to be Southern Miss taking on West Virginia. And if you know anything about Collegiate Rocket League, this West Virginia team is a very, very good one.
Yeah, I think they were the 3rd seed in playoffs. And Southern Miss was the 14th seed.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I am gonna rant a little bit here, just for the sake of it. But I'll be so real. I looked through all the seeding. I don't think NACE has actually done seeding anymore. Like they used to. So the way they used to do it is they used to have committees. They would ask they would ask all students send in a representative or have someone apply to do seeding committee, right? And you'd have to go through a bunch of process. I had to send in hours upon hours of VODs and of documents and stuff like that showed that I had knowledge when I was seeding for COD a few years back. I don't think they do that anymore. I'll use this example. Ole Miss is number 5, and it's purely out of super conference bias. Of the top 10 seeds, all of them except for seed number 7 are handed to super conference teams. And a lot of the super conference teams have lost to rosters that aren't even at the quality of Southern Miss, much less this Southern Miss team. So I have a lot of gripes with how they've done seeding this semester. It's probably the worst I've seen in a very long time. I mean, just go back to seeding committees if you don't, because there's no way that a committee of people seeded this way. There's just not a chance. I refuse to believe that.
Yeah.
I don't know where the seeding came from, to be honest. And I think it's always valid to criticize where criticism is due. And I'm pretty adamant on seeding, on rankings. I've been a part of them in many titles a lot of times over and over. And this is one of the worst cases I've seen in quite some time. The bias to the Super Conference, quite frankly, is ridiculous. I would also like to point out the 5th seed went 3-4 this semester. They went 3-4. How in the world are they the 5th seed?
Yeah. Yep. I know Southern Miss got 1st in the American Esports Conference with Mizzou at 2nd in the American Esports Conference, and Mizzou got placed ranked 20th.
Yeah.
So
if that doesn't tell you there's some bias based on what your conference is, I don't know what to tell you because I can't. I'm baffled, to be honest with you, with how some of these seeds ended up playing out. I mean, I'll just be straight up. The top 3 teams in the Super Conference, yeah, they're probably the top 3 teams in NACE. Outside of that, none of them are in the top 15. You're telling me BPC is number 6? And OC at number 7 isn't too bad, but that's another conversation for another day. But yeah, anyways, Southern Miss, they beat GVSU last week. You had to play, of course, in place of Melodic. That was it 3-0 or was it 3-1? I think it was 3-1.
It was 3-0.
It was 3-0?
Yeah. Okay,
I couldn't remember. I knew it was 3-0 or 3-1. Last week for the Mountaineers of West Virginia, they took on JMU JV. So, I mean, props to a JV team making playoffs, and especially because they're not in one of the protected conferences. So you only get 2 or 3 teams that make it. So, I mean, props to them. Genuinely, that's great to see a JV team make it. They ran into a brick wall. They lost 4-0, 6-0, 7-3. yikes is all I gotta say about that. I mean, yeah, that sounds about what happens when a JV team runs into a top five or top. I don't want to say top five, probably like a top 10 team in collegiate.
Yeah, but I mean, what are you gonna? The lower seeded you are, you're gonna face a higher seed, obviously. So it's gonna be a tough little matchup there. And
Yeah, it's not an ideal situation. I'd imagine those JMU guys were happy to make playoffs, and then they see who they're seeded against. They're like, "Well, gentlemen, it was a good run."
GG's.
Uh, But to talk a little bit more about the Mountaineers season, they ended up third in the Super Conference. They finished 5-2. Both their losses came in Game 5, and they came to seeds 1 and 2, St. Clair and Maryville. So them at number 3 makes sense. Like I
Yeah.
would never argue against. I will not argue against the top 3. Everything outside of that is fair game in my opinion. Like I think there is when you can really start harping on it. But yeah, top 3 seed for West Virginia. 14 for Southern Miss is certainly a choice based on what I've seen around outside of that, especially because, again, there are 2 protected conferences in NACE, 2. And Southern Miss was first place in the second protected conference. I, I, I could go on for hours about it. I won't because that's like
We're beating
they
a dead horse.
it's the horse has been dead for 25 minutes
Yes.
and I'm still wailing on it with multiple kendo sticks. Like, but still, I'm surprised about that. But yeah, again, as I mentioned earlier, though, this is our last non-fighting game stream of the semester. Even if Southern Miss wins, again, they go to land, so well, we can't stream that. We certainly cannot stream that, unfortunately. But there are no other matches really outside of the fighting games. Apex does play the 26th and 27th in the national finals on Octane, but Octane's going to be covering that, of course. If a league does not cover their national championship, I don't know what to tell you. You are doing something really wrong there. So we won't be seeing anyone else other than Tekken, Street Fighter, and Guilty Gear for the rest of the season after this, which is take that as you will. That's
Yeah.
what I'm gonna say. It's one of those things. Just take it as you will. But I will mention too this. The Full Sail LAN is for the top 8 NACE squads. This is the round of 16 playing into the round of 8. Again, I don't think it follows the current bracket for the top 8. I think they like reseed and do it a little bit differently. I could be wrong on that, but this is all NACE says. They say they go to GSL bracket, and that's it. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean? Tell me if we're gonna reseed. Tell me if we're gonna like play. If we're gonna have a group stage into a bracket. Like, I have no idea. But we should be able to hop into this game in just a minute or two here. I guess there's not really much else to talk about as far as I can tell, at least looking at my notes here. Especially because it's been a little weird with this roster. They haven't like played fully together, and well, they played in CRL. We didn't get to stream that,
Yeah.
but and they played in the Colleague Madness bracket where I think they got to the second round and then played Northwood. That was the third round. I think it was the third round, and then they played Northwood. And they did not beat Northwood. I mean, we would have been hearing about that for years to come if they beat Northwood, but that unfortunately for them did not happen. Now we just wait for them here, and hopefully they win. If they don't, then well, their season's done. If they win, they get to at least play at LAN one more time for the season, and then call it there and wait for the fall.
Yep. I mean, I'm excited to see how this matchup goes. It'll be a little bit weird. Melodic has some big shoes to fill.
Some big shoes to fill.
Size 9.5 shoes, but it should be a good match. I think it'll be a good match. They played this West Virginia squad before, and we will be getting right into this match. Early on, Zath going to go up for an air dribble, gets it over Matt, bump off.
Black should be there. Oh, I thought he was going to get a clean shot, but he didn't. It's now sent out, and Gyro is not in the lobby. They are subbing in, I believe, Angel into this series. So it's at least an opportunity for Southern Mystic to take advantage of. We'll see, though, if they're able to win here. Melodic shot goes through 1-0, just 23 seconds in, and Southern Miss have brought themselves into the lead.
Why did they take out Gyro?
Probably playing in scrimming RLCS, scrimming something. I don't know, man. Maybe not available Monday nights. Who knows?
Right, but yeah, Southern Miss will come off with an early goal here. Melodic does get a 50 down. Tool will take it up, air dribbling it all the way down the field, gets a touch. Matt with a
Wait, no one contested that. I was a little confused on what was going down there. I saw two defenders, no one jumped, but Tool just gets a free touch, and I can't tell if they hit one of the Southern Miss players. It's a little hard to see from that angle, but I mean, it doesn't matter. Even if it bounced off the ground, it was still going to go on target. So,
Yeah.
1-1 score line, a bit of an awkward one. Matt off the sidewall up to Tool. Tool, probably the point man of this roster with Gyro not being here tonight. Angel looking to at least contest. Zath out to Melodic, gets a big touch into the corner. Tool, though, is on the back wall, ready for it, gets around Astro, now looking to get around Melodic, has 50'd it out to Zath, doesn't get bumped, so he has a chance to dribble. Now Melodic can shoot, blocked by Angel. Now Matt tries to get there. Astro beats him, not for very long. Astro on the counter, doesn't get the touch, and well, that's what happens when you get a sub in, not as warm as your main starters. Two players up on the wall, though, for backboard for West Virginia. They don't end up contesting the ball, but it's flies out the safety. Zath down to Melodic, looking central. Tries to shoot it himself, actually. Matt's there to block. Asher off the backboard. Angel, though, comes through, and this should be a clean catch for Southern Miss as Melodic tries to send it away. Zath not there. Now out to Matt. He's going to let this roll back, and so far, since those early goals from both teams, it's been a little bit more defensive heavy.
Yeah, no, 100%. And it seems as if West Virginia's having a little bit of a struggle getting the ball out of their half, as every time Southern Miss seems to get ball possession, Astro backflipped right there. It just goes right back into West Virginia's half, as we see here. And Zath will try and take a pass mid. Astro unfortunately did not jump. That is a double commit off of Melodic, but one goes down, almost a shot. Matt going for the bump. Melodic is up for it, going for the double tap, and does get blocked out by Matt. What a read. Angel will try and air dribble this out. Doesn't have any boost. Zath unable to get the touch. Don't know what Matt was doing there, but Melodic will hit it right back down to Matt. Zath trying to pass it mid.
Oh, and that's an open net. And that's an open net. The aggression of Southern Miss getting the better of them in that one, but the pass out mid from Zath, there was, I believe, someone there, but they were a little bit behind, so ultimately it does not end up going their way, and that will be a 2-1 lead for West Virginia. Now they do have 2:21 on the clock to get back into this. You'll see Melodic chasing this one with Tool, but it ends up, I think, 50ing into their own net, and that's a quick 2-goal lead here for West Virginia. And I think it hit off the player that was on the wall.
Astro was rotating back, and it just unfortunately hit off of his car straight into the goal. But it will be 3-1 in West Virginia's favor. Astro will take the early ball here. Melodic does have time, but passes it right back down to Zath. What a shot there. Melodic unable to hit it in. Astro getting bumped out by Melodic. Zath will jump up, trying to get a double on it. Matt there for the read. Melodic will jump on that, actually. Gets the flip reset down straight to Zath. Zath unfortunately did not get the air dribble he wanted. Tried to take a shot to goal, but there are 3 of them there. That might be another goal saved out by Zath again. Melodic, not the touch that he wanted, goes straight to Matt, and it is kind of slow on the Southern Miss offense right now.
Yeah, and that should be a shot for Astro. It is, but doesn't get it in there fast enough, so Zath will have to follow it. Not able to get anything out of the touch. It's going to fly all the way back to that corner. Now Angel, 0 boost. Can't really get anything out of that possession. It'll go straight to Matt, though. He ended up beating, I think, Melodic on that touch. Astro, no boost himself, flips it over, and it should be Zath here. And it looks like West Virginia have free possession. Angel is not out mid, neither is Matt. They're just playing a little bit slower here, but with 1 minute remaining, you don't need to get hyper aggressive. You don't want to leave your back line opened up. Melodic now downfield. Tool is on the wall, has a dribble ahead of him, 50's out right, And that's going to be Matt picking up this possession, although it'll go straight to Melodic. And this is a good opportunity for Southern Miss. Melodic's the guy you want to get downfield if you need a point man. Astro has to 50. Melodic again back in play. Zath is very pressed up here. Can't get the touch. Astro now has to come in and cut. And that's a big 50. Melodic maybe able to get there. No, Zath actually is, but it gets directed to the right side. And that will likely do it for game number 1. Should be a West Virginia victory pending a natural disaster. As with just 10 seconds left, that is certainly going to do it now, as West Virginia are the ones with possession. And Southern Miss just can't get anything going here. Will be West Virginia taking game 1.
Yeah, I mean, just tiny mistakes from the Southern Miss squad that left the goals open. A bit of an unfortunate goal that did happen off of the bounce off of Astro straight into goal.
I mean, look at the shot difference. 12 shots from Southern Miss and 5 from West Virginia. It simply... that should not happen. And by that, I mean you should not lose if that is the case, ever.
But the save count on the side of West Virginia also is quite insane. 3 from Angel, 4 from Matt, and 2 from Tool. So it's literally just Southern Miss needs to start hitting these shots on target and get a little power, maybe place it better. But, you know.
Yeah.
What do you say?
And... you can see our production is not ready. There you go. Thank you for that.
We love you, production.
We are just trying to simply get through these ones, but this is a best of 5, remember, as well. Okay, I got this.
It is a best of 5, so that will be 1 over to West Virginia. And we are getting into this match now. Kickoff for Astro goes straight back to Matt. Matt didn't get the touch he wanted, but still will take it up. Probably a flip reset over Zath. Doesn't quite get there. Astro's on the backboard. 0 boost, however. Melodic hits it up. A bit of an awkward touch, but Zath is there to read it. Not the touch off the wall that Zath wanted. Angel now will try and take it all the way downfield. Melodic barely getting a touch. Shot on net. Saved by Zath. Zath does have a little bit of time here, but Angel barely getting to it with 0 boost and with nothing to do, just hands it off to Melodic. Now Tool's just going to take it up on the backboard. Melodic was there for that, but didn't make anything happen.
Full boost. Matt is down there, but I mean, there's a little more power on it than I initially expected, so not much you can do. Tool, though, has put it off the backboard. Melodic able to get it around a couple. There's still Matt there, though, to fill the gap. Melodic has to fly up here again, gets it past 1. Now has the corner in his eyes, but can't fully get it there. Touched out mid. Melodic tries to redirect. Not the best position to do so, but just trying to get something on target regardless. Melodic again popping it. But it's Angel now looking for a redirect of his own. Out to Tool. 50'd all the way back to Angel. Not going to even go up for this one. Knows Melodic is right there on the back wall and puts it out, to his left. West Virginia's right. Angel contested. Tool, though, isn't. He's simply just bumped off the touch and getting bumped again. Melodic now has the possession. Flip reset. Good shot, but it's blocked once more. The defense of West Virginia has been very, very strong. Matt at least tries to continue getting touches out downfield, but has not been able to get much out of it just yet. Astro sends it away for just a moment. Now Tool again looking to get a shot on target with the flick, but Zath was not bumped in time. Back to the Southern Miss corner. Melodic awkward. Zath has to challenge. Does at least get the touch. Tool, though, now setting it off the backboard once more. Pressure is too much for Southern Miss, and Angel will finally put it through.
Yeah, it's just a ton of offensive pressure from the side of West Virginia, and eventually Southern Miss is going to crack under that pressure. 0 boost, getting boost starved, and I mean, they're going to have to bring it back. Still 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in this game, so plenty of time. Matt taking a shot off. Thankfully, Melodic is there to save it. Angel 20 boost on wall. Astro should have another touch here, straight to Melodic, but Matt will be there for the read. Zath shot on target.
And that definitely clanged, but another follow-up from Melodic 2 gets blocked by Tool, and the defense of West Virginia continues to stand tall, kind of like their namesake, the Mountaineers. I mean, not much you can do when you're just constantly getting denied over and over. Angel takes it away from Tool. Shot will not connect. Simply just counts as one on target. Matt now with possession, 50'd out by Melodic, though. Good work from him now, trying to send it central. Can't get there. Matt's flying forward for this one. And another shot from Angel, going to clank off the right crossbar. Melodic this time has his own opportunity to shoot once more. Actually, has to leave it down. Zath is following, but it bounces a little weirdly off the corner. Has to go over and leave it for Astro. Just tries to force it through. Melodic will get it in. All the way to the bottom right corner. It is a grind to even get one goal against this West Virginia squad.
Yeah, every single West Virginia player except for Angel was 0 boost, and Melodic slots it bottom right to tie this game up, which is exactly what you need. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Zath will grab this right boost and go up for it, faking out Matt. Not the bounce that I think Zath wanted. Melodic will more than likely just smack it down. Zath hitting it off to the sidewall, tried to get another touch, unfortunately did not. Astro did not get the waterfall touch, and now it will go right into Angel's hands, uncontested, flicks over one. Zath is there for whatever reason, but no real offensive chance here from West Virginia, as none of their teammates had any boost to go for that, and it will just be a Southern Miss offense yet again. I say that as Angel just bangs it downfield to nobody.
A lot of big touches right now. Nothing that super crazy at the moment. Just not really a lot of passing being done. A 50 there, and again sent away by Southern Miss. Now Zath tries to get a touch over the last man back, but it's not on target, so Tool can let it bounce and then pop on over. Melodic tries to get there, but gonna have to leave it for his teammates. Now just 25 seconds. We are locked at 1 apiece. Matt, though, good dribble over one. Astro tries to get it mid, actually ends up faking it out. Zath to Astro, and that's with just 16 seconds left. Southern Miss giving themselves another lead.
Yeah, what a beautiful fake. Angel had no idea what was going on in that play, but it goes right down to Astro, and Astro to slot it. And that gives Southern Miss some light. They just have to hold out for another 16 seconds. Astro is going to take his time. 50 out, Tool, and Matt will take it up. Banged away by Zath. Should be straight to Astro. Astro barely got a touch on that. And Melodic, unfortunate bounce, but I don't think it'll matter, and it will not. And Southern Miss will take game 2 to tie it up 1-1.
We should also mention these two teams have met each other multiple times. Now, typically, Gyro is in the roster at that time. Also, it's kind of reversed from last game. Look at all the shots that West Virginia took, and they lost the game compared to Southern Miss. Not that Southern Miss didn't take many shots. It's just they didn't take 13. They took 6. So I guess whoever has more shots is just not winning right now.
Yep. But we will be starting game number 3 here. And it will be Melodic's kickoff. 50'd forward. Tool will take it up. Probably has a second touch right down to Matt. Shot, and that is just a goal as Melodic is backflipped in the net.
Also got bumped, I think. I could be wrong, but either way, there's really not much he could have done there. Astro doesn't get anything out of it, and yeah, he was backfoot, but even so, he was getting chased, so I don't think you're ever getting back to that one. So a very quick opening goal for West Virginia, but Zath may be able to at least get it back if the reset works in his favor. Popped it up for Astro, who has boost, but it's a little bit behind him, so he can't get a clean touch. Now out for Matt, down to Tool. Again, no one in position for West Virginia to get another pass central. Melodic sends it out to Zath. Nothing there. Melodic again out as it's 50'd by Astro. Can't find it through. Angel bumped off the touch. Now Melodic going to give this one down to Zath. Actually just sends it across again. Couldn't quite put that on target. Now Astro back out, back central. Is anyone home? No. The door's still closed as nearly a rule 1 for Melodic and Tool, but I'd imagine in this situation, you're not really going to respect it from either side. As that one gets sent away, off the ceiling comes Matt. Doesn't get a reset. Also had no boost, so couldn't follow it too aggressively. Zath, a demo onto Angel, going to alleviate some of the pressure. Tool looks for one of his own, flying in there. Doesn't get that. Angel, though, on the backside, is going to at least try to start a dribble. Leaves it up for Matt after getting contested. Another bump, though, out of the way. Southern Miss trying to put the pressure on now. Astro maybe looking for a bump. Does get the demo onto Angel. Tries to just give Melodic a shooting lane, but he can't take it. And Astro can't jump. Doesn't have the boost. Has to wait for it to go towards the back wall. He whiffs, but ultimately it doesn't matter. I would imagine most players are expecting everyone to get a touch in that scenario, and even if they aren't, you're not really able to jump on that with a little boost. And now it's back from Zath down to Astro. Doesn't go. Here comes Southern Miss once more. It's not going to drop, so Melodic shot will not fall. Tool. 50's back. Angel, again, a big touch. This one is going to be a pass out to Melodic. Looks for the dribble. At least gets it past 2. Zath will try and retain possession. It's actually sent out the Tool off the backboard. He's going to look for a double good read from Astro off the backboard. Again, Southern Miss just trying to stand tall defensively, but they need to get a goal on the board.
Yeah, still 1-0, 2 minutes and 30 seconds, plenty of time, and they have had a couple of scoring opportunities. A bit of a weird jump there from Melodic, but Zath will be there to recover. Astro and Zath, very low boost, are just going to look to bang it out. That looks to be slightly open. Melodic just needs a good touch, blocked out by Angel. Now it will be right down to Zath. Zath hitting it up, and Matt's there for the read. Tap down to Angel. Angel doesn't make the touch, trying to bait Melodic out. Melodic not faked out by Angel. Will air dribble it, does get the 50 off a Tool, and no one's there. Astro just taking a quick shot. Zath gets the demo onto Matt, but Tool takes
That's
a touch.
A free double.
Oh.
And he doesn't get the angle. It's sent away by Astro as well. There's a player from West Virginia flying forward to try and follow that touch, but does not work. Matt, a huge demo onto Melodic. This takes a lot of the defense away, but Melodic spawns on top of the ball. A little bit scary for Southern Miss for just 1 second. Astro now has possession downfield, can't get the second touch. That's going to make things a little bit awkward here for Zath and Melodic to work with. Now, though, Zath just trying to force this one through, has Astro in the midfield, can't get to him in time. Matt again down, and this one is sent away to Angel. Doesn't get a good touch. Has to fly back off the wall. Getting contested by Zath. Only bumped. Huge save from Astro. Keeps it at a 1-goal deficit.
Yeah, no, 100%. Astro has been defensive masterclass this entire game. And an unfortunate waterfall right into the front of the net and into the hands of Angel.
Yeah. I mean, the best advice I got there is you got to jump. And even then, I don't know if that's saving you right there.
Yeah, Melodic missed the read off the backboard, which it is incredibly
Rare.
hard to read waterfall. Even if you know the ball is going to waterfall, it's incredibly hard to read
how
where
fast
it is
it's
going.
going.
To land.
And that's just bumps on bumps. Tool, though, can't follow it, but there is Angel to do just that. 41 seconds, and that's a now 3-0 lead for West Virginia. Looks like they may end up putting themselves 1 game away here from making it to the land and traveling down to Florida out towards Full Sail.
Yep, Melodic gets a touch all the way over onto his other half. Will get a hit off the wall. Angel does have the ball. Melodic is going for a lot more demos now, but that's just...
Yeah, and the chow is not great from someone there. I'm pretty sure there was someone
I'm pretty sure
there.
that Zath got bumped.
Yeah, no, the chow that I was looking at was really low. And it looks like they're just going to go straight to the next game. 4-0 for West Virginia. You can see Angel is just going to toss this to the wall, just take some time off the clock. They're just going to waste the rest of this time. So, series point here for Southern Miss, or sorry, for West, match point here, series point for West Virginia. You'll need to force a game 5. As you can see, just a little bit of freestyling going down. Now, with no time on the clock, player's going to let this one drop. And that will be game number 3 over to West Virginia. 2 in a row for Southern Miss to send themselves to land and keep their season alive.
Yeah, this is not looking good.
No, and that's, I mean, you do come in with knowing who you're playing. I mean, this is, again, one of the better teams up there in collegiate for a reason. Now, I was quite surprised when they didn't make the CRL playoffs. I think they were like barely outside of it.
It was like a tiebreaker.
Oh, I didn't know there was a tiebreaker.
Yeah. I can't remember who got it instead of them, but it was a tiebreaker with some others. I think it might have been, I don't know. But I do know it was a tiebreaker. They both teams had 14 points.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the consideration was.
Look at the bump play from West Virginia. The ball is not in the net, and it's sent out. Just narrowly getting that one away, but you're still stuck in your half. The job is not done just yet. You need to get a clean touch out, and you've kind of done so. Here's Matt, the wide open shot. That's going to go through. Astro didn't have the boost in the back of the net. I guess more so the front of the net to get to that one. A good start to that defensive play, but they were never able to fully break out of it. And now a 1-0 lead again for West Virginia.
Yeah, and Astro making the jump, the only one with boost, as both Melodic and Astro were rotating back. It was just an unfortunate play. Zath waiting in middle, does hit it off the wall, but Tool will be there for the catch. Astro jumping for it off the backboard. Melodic missing the touch. Zath will take a shot and barely saved out by Angel.
That's a double. That's a double commit from West Virginia. So they're still a little bit scattered here, not for super long. Of course, the recovery time on these players is absurd. It is very, very short, but you see Matt now, second touch, waiting for Tool. Tool just going to look for bumps because Matt was going to try to get to that touch and couldn't. Zath now dribbling, a bit of a misread from Angel. Tool is still down below, though, waiting for it on that shot from Zath. Astro gets it around a couple, but there's no one there to follow through. Now Matt has a chance to shoot. Good save from Melodic. Keeps it out of the net for right now. Tool again pops it up. Zath, though, will be the one on the backboard to carry it out for Southern Miss. Melodic has to go up in a little bit of an awkward spot. Manages to control it well. Gets a demo, too. Tries to hand it over to Astro, but he's just not in a good position. Astro just not prepared to shoot that at all. That's an open net, and Angel doesn't score, but Tool has everything he needs to just get in there, as clearly there was just no, the only player that was there was Astro, and he was demoed.
Yeah, it just, Melodic had the right idea, but no one was there at the time. You know, he really couldn't have taken that shot as Tool was rotating back
and
very fast.
And to speak on the other side of the ball, offensively, Astro was, if he wasn't so pushed up, because he was really close to Melodic, which is quite rare. You don't see that very often at this level of play. It kind of costed because he didn't get a good chance to shoot. And that ultimately led to the other side of the ball where it goes into the back of your net because you're getting demoed with 0 boost. So boost gets stolen from Melodic. He did have some, though. Going to allow it to go down to Astro. Pops it over one. Tool, the only player on defense right now. Angel has made their way back. Matt going to trade with Astro. So it's a 1v1 here in net. And Melodic doesn't contest it in time. 3-0 now for West Virginia. You still got 2:21, so there is time to get back into this, but you've got to find a goal here in relatively short order.
Yeah, Melodic barely any boost in the back of net. We just really couldn't do anything to the Angel's flick. I mean, just very well-placed flick. And Angel will be up again, trying to get a double. The ball does waterfall down. A shot opportunity for Matt,
and it's just a snowball effect. I think that's the best way to put it right there. Is that one floats straight down Matt, a light touch into the back of the net, and now 4-0. It's gone from pretty bad to somehow even worse.
100%. Astro just waiting there to get
Cannot
a 50.
do anything with that one either. Had a somewhat open net in front of him, but just no boost, and the ball is not moving. So there's not a single thing you can do other than wish the ball was in front of you.
Yep, and Angel will try to dribble. Astro going to go for a demo on top of Tool. That would have been great, but unfortunately not able to do it. That is a double commit.
Pushed up and off the back ball. Melodic going to get the save. Tool. Maybe because, I'm assuming because Tool didn't have boost, they were trying to get boost to go back. I think that was the main point of emphasis there. Astro sends it out mid, but no one home. Zath does at least get credit for a shot, but it was blocked the entire way. Melodic going to get credit for a shot as well as Astro gets demoed. Puts it back into the central, but no one home. 1:15 now on the clock, and it's looking nearly, I say nearly, but probably out of reach at this point.
Yeah, I mean, a minute, and especially whenever...
Yeah, and that, if there wasn't a dagger before, that one may have just gotten driven through the heart. 5-0. A minute still in the game.
Not. At this point, it'd be insane if there was a comeback.
And if you think about it, too, if you come back, you'd have to come back 5-0 in a minute. And then you'd have to win game 5, which would be absurd. There's just, I mean, at this point, you have to score a goal every 10 seconds to come back. In fact, now, even less. More so. It's probably like a goal and a half every 10 seconds. So that's realistically going to be it. That's going to be the season for Southern Miss Rocket League in the spring, and I mean, obviously for the academic year, but in this case for the spring. Going to look to at least get something on the board before they send themselves home, but it's going to realistically be in vain. With just 10 on the board. Going to try and make it look at least a little bit better, but either way, that's going to be it. 3-1 for West Virginia. They will head on over to LAN at Full Sail University. And we will see, well, we won't, but they will be seen over towards the fortress where the Armada play out of. Congrats to them.
Yeah.
Whoa. The player's not in the game, of course, but that unfortunately will end out the season for Rocket League, and we now are down to just the fighting games in Apex. Those are the only ones playing. Apex will not play until the 26th, so they've got a little bit of time. Again, that will not be streamed by us. That'll be handled by Octane, so they will be streaming that. We are just down to fighting game streams. Wednesday, we will have Tekken. Thursday, we will have Guilty Gear. Next week, on Monday, we will have Street Fighter. Wednesday, Tekken again. Thursday, Guilty Gear again. And that's it. Unless if players make playoffs, that is it for us. So we've got just 2 more weeks of action, and then we are also fully out of this season. But for now, we still got a little bit of action left to go. We still have a few more teams to see play, but for tonight, that's going to do it for us. Again, congratulations to West Virginia for making it to the LAN over at Full Sail. But for us, that's going to do it. So we will catch you guys back here on Wednesday when we have our Tekken players going back at it for the last 2 weeks of regular season play in CFGC.
Yep. And as always, Southern Miss
to the top. We'll see you guys on Wednesday.